can't believe I gotta have this conversation.
If he don't win this year, he's a bum.
What? Joe, that's a Hall of Fame terrible take right there.
No, it's not. It's true. It's so true.
What?
Boy just choked. Straight women booty and let the ball go.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you.
LeBron James
puts up a three. Won't go. Rebound Bosh. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Irving and Curry. One-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good. Kyrie Irving from downtown.
Oh, yeah, but we'll get to explaining and debating in a second. What's up, everybody? 3 and a possible. Got some drama still pending in the NBA these days.
Always.
So we're gonna get into the James Harden stuff. We'll go into a larger commentary about player empowerment. The schedule release happened, so that means we have the Christmas Day schedule, which is always important. And then we're gonna have a new concept, a guilty pleasure take. Joe, this is a segment completely for you. It's completely for you. It's going to be perfect for you. You can just say whatever bullshit you want. You know, debatable, but that's why we have the show. And then we'll obviously end the show with love or violence. You know how we do that. But fellas, I want to start with James Harden. He had some not very nice things to say about Daryl Morey. I'll flash up the quote that's been kind of going viral this week. He said, Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he is a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he is a part of. Side note, not really the important part here, but it looks like he's getting that fat suit ready for the beginning of the season.
He's done it twice. He'll do it again. Just saying. Did it in 2005. Got Kevin McHale fired after 11 games. He did it to go to the Brooklyn Nets. He wore that fat suit. How many games did he play before he got traded? 20-something? Just saying. He'll do it again.
He will do it. He has no shame in his game.
Get the Nutty Professor suit going. I feel.
Hey, the hoes ain't gonna stop falling from the pole. Shit. Don't matter what size he is. I'm just saying that's how he feel. I'm just saying. If he was gonna lose holes because he got thicker, he wouldn't get thicker. I'm just saying.
$100 million.
Priorities.
Joe, this is why I love you, because I just never know when a take like this is gonna come.
That was real. I don't either.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, not every time, but let's get this back on track. So I want to know whose side you guys are on. Are you on James Harden's side or Daryl Morey's side? And just your overall take on this situation. Joe, since you got a lot to say, you started off.
Man, I can't believe I'm about to be on James Harden's side. But I'm on James Harden's side 100% on this. And to be honest, Daryl Morey's the middleman. It's not his fault. But Daryl Morey promised James Harden, if you don't sign that extension, I'm going to get you paid. And now it's time for him to get paid, and Daryl Morey not giving him the money. But that's not Daryl Morey's fault, because it could be the organization say, hey, we don't want to give James Harden $200 million. And he has to go with what the organization says, because he don't own the team. So it's one of those situations where, sorry, Daryl Morey, you the middleman. I don't even think James Harden believes what he's saying right now either. I think he's just saying that because he's all about the money. It's 1,000% about the money. He want his money. And Daryl Morey promised he would get it if he didn't sign that extension, which he didn't do at the beginning of the season. And now look at him. He don't got a contract. So I can understand why he pissed off and calling him a liar. But I don't really believe Daryl Morey doesn't want to give him the contract. If you look at Daryl Morey went from saying James Harden is the best offensive player we've ever seen in the NBA to saying it's hard to play with James Harden sometimes. So this is all about the business.
If it ain't about the money. Devian, what you got?
Yeah, I'm with James Harden, but because, bro, somebody, I ain't gonna fuck about none of that, man. If somebody promised me my paper, I want it. When it's time to deliver, I want my shit.
Facts.
And I just watch. Look, I ain't trying to be funny. We just watched Jaylen Brown get $300-some million. Can't use his
With
left
one
hand.
hand.
And he averaged less than like 20 points in the playoffs, I think. I think all his playoffs.
Maybe in the Heat series, but I think for
Yeah.
the playoffs he was over.
Yeah,
20.
but I'm just saying, like, when it come, he wasn't doing shit. That's the whole point. Like, he wasn't doing much of nothing.
That part.
So if he getting $300 million, if I'm James Harden, I'm looking at him like I'm still better than him. You know
Devil's advocate to that. James Harden was
Age.
playing with the MVP and was bounced by Jaylen Brown in the Celtics. So maybe Jaylen Brown does deserve the bag over James Harden.
Nah, that's organization.
I think that's a conversation. I think James Harden can say, well, yeah, look at my track record. My track record's a lot longer than his.
It is, but
Jaylen Brown's got what the Celtics think is Jaylen Brown's got a trajectory still, whereas James Harden is on the other side.
Man, that's more so the organization. I give the Celtics more. Like, I don't like either one of them, but the 76ers just get talent at what the fuck to do.
I mean, that series was basically a series of who fucked up the least.
Yeah. They both was trash.
I mean, at the end of the day, though,
I ain't gonna lie, they both was trash.
What Dev's saying, though, at the end of the day, James Harden is a top 40 player all time.
Yeah.
So
you gotta give
it's definitely it's levels to this to compare to Jaylen Brown and James Harden.
Yeah. You gotta give him his money. Like, I'm just saying, like,
I'm just gonna let you slip that in there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Daryl Morey.
I should have said 75.
75 is cool. For sure.
40?
He go be 75. I don't know about 40.
I gotta think about it, but my initial reaction is fuck no in my head. But I know I have a strong dislike for that.
But Daryl Morey, hey, I don't want to hear all that, man. I ain't bailing none of them out because they out here making all these promises. Like you said, how you gonna go say he the best player, then come out here and shit on them because y'all got bounced out? Like, it ain't just him. Like, that's on y'all to go get all this shit together. I'm not taking the blame away from James Harden because I don't do that. I gotta blame him every chance I get because you're a superstar. But at the same time, like, if you promise that man that money, giving them money, make them happy, making them happy. A lot of them bunch of divas anyways. You cater to their egos. Just throw people on there. People want to come to Philly to play. People love to play with Embiid and play with him. Well, I'm tripping.
Maxey?
Yes. But I'm just saying. But no, they got a solid. I'm just saying, like, they got actually a solid team. Like, I don't understand.
On paper, yes.
Yeah. But even when they play together, they got little kinks that they can work out, and they should be better than what they are. And I don't know, like, if it's got to be a locker room issue, and now we see it is one. But James Harden did this 3 times, so it's like, is it a locker room issue?
So that's a good segue into my take on this whole thing.
So it wasn't kind of.
At what point, when is it James Harden's fault? Like, at what point is it James? Like, okay, Houston wasn't good, then the Nets weren't good, now Philly's not good. I mean, this is all happened in like 2-3 years. Like,
Kyrie.
Come on, bro. Like, at some point, like, you gotta look in the mirror, and like, it's you are part of the problem. So I'm out on this is a Daryl Morey thing, and like completely just fuck Daryl Morey, because kind of like what you were saying, Joe, like, I have a hard time buying Daryl Morey doesn't actually want to give him that contract. And the other thing that is just hard for me to wrap my head around is like the party's like, I will never play for a Daryl Morey organization again. What makes you think that these other organizations would treat you any better than what Daryl Morey just did? At the end of the day, if you look at all of his career earnings, all of the max contracts that James Harden has received, who issued them? Like, all of them. All of his max deals were issued by Daryl Morey. Yeah. So, like, that's what I have a heart. I'm like, okay. Part of me has to be like, okay.
Might be something.
In my head, the conversation had to have gone something like this. Okay, James, it would be in the best interest of the team this year if you decline that player option, take a little less. We can go add a piece like a PJ Tucker, like one of those types of pieces to make this team really have a run at it. If you do well this year and the team plays well, you have nothing to worry about with that max contract. We're going to take care of you. That's how I imagine that conversation goes. I really doubt the conversation was so cut and dry. Like, yeah, if you take $15 million less now, we're going to give you a max contract. Like, I just have a hard time believing that was a real thing that Daryl Morey said. Now, that may be how James Harden interpreted it, and he might also have interpreted this season as going well. Embiid got an MVP. They had a high seeding. They won a round in the playoffs. Like I can understand that conceptually. They lost to a very good Celtics team. Like there's no necessarily shame in that. But I just have a hard time believing it was so cut and dry and like, oh yeah, you take $15 million less here, you're getting the max contract next year. No, no problem. No questions.
But yeah,
you know
think
what?
about that though. You know what I'm saying? Like he might not. It might not be cut and dry like that. But think about it. I'm James Harden. I used to score 35. Like people want me, and then you tell me I got a stipulation. Like if I play well, like man, who the fuck is you? Like give me my money now. Go find these people. You know what I'm saying? He could be taking it like that. You know what I'm saying? You never know like how it is, but it might. I don't think it was cut and dry like that either.
Like,
but it's just
the thing that people also I think need to remember is like PJ Tucker was targeted specifically because of the time that PJ Tucker spent with James Harden in Houston. Like Harden wanted him.
Yeah.
And the only way to get him to leave Miami required James Harden to take less money. So like that, him taking less money was also to do him a solid and get his guy, like one of his guys. So like I just have a hard time having sympathy for James Harden when you're at the end of the day, you're on your third trade request in 3 or 4 years. And Joe, I know you've been waiting for this take from me. I know you've been because you know what I want to know, Joe?
What?
Where the fuck is that NBA memo? Where is it? Where is the Dame Lillard memo for James fucking Harden? I will never play for an organization by this person. Where's the fucking memo? Where's the slap on the wrist to James Harden?
That's still 29 teams out there, bro.
I'm not hearing that.
He said no. Dame Lillard said he want to play for one team. James Harden said he will play for 29 other teams.
He specifically said I want to go to the Clippers. He has called out by name the Clippers.
Bro. Okay.
Where is
but people think he wants to go to Houston too, though. But people think he want to go to Houston too.
The media want him to go to Houston.
I'm just saying.
At the end of the day,
the hoes want him to go to Houston.
If it is honoring your contract, his contract is with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Bro.
If that's the thing,
whatever,
that's
man.
What I say with Damian Lillard. Oh,
okay,
we need confirmation you're going to honor your contract.
No
matter where you get your.
Nah, but real though, you gotta be fair with that because he is like nudging that like he definitely is saying he want to play with the fucking Clippers. I don't give what nobody say.
Like Kyrie said,
Houston.
Like Kyrie said, why y'all trusting the white man over James Harden?
I don't appreciate you.
I'm just saying that's what he said. Well, that's not exactly what he said. That's not exactly what he said. But he said it that. But
you're making Kyrie Irving's comment a lot spicier than I think Kyrie Irving would want it to be taken right now.
He loves all people.
That's what he said, though. That's what he said.
No, I'm with Kyrie. I think that is the root of the issue. Like there is like a feeling of
it went straight to James Harden's line instead of Daryl Morey's line. Maybe James Harden told him.
But for real though, Joe, like all jokes aside, we keeping the G and we was off camera.
Don't nobody trust James Harden.
I'm gonna be like, bro, I'm gonna go with James Harden because I didn't watch them fuck over people who look like us.
Facts.
Far too long, and NBA players getting fucked over by this. So I'm always go with the player for the most part, unless you can give me undeniable evidence that
which
it
is a perfect transition.
That you know what I'm saying. So
you called it, Joe. So this brings up the bigger.
Crazy.
That was cold. That was cold. Pro.
This brings up a bigger question. Has player empowerment gone too far? I think we've started to see a lot of people kind of say this. They're starting to say like, "Oh, this player empowerment is bad for the league. It's bad for the teams. Blah 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 blah. Bad for fans."
That's massive.
So, Joe, what do you think? Has it gone too far?
No, it ain't gone far enough. In my opinion, it's what player empowerment? The 1%? Because there's still a hell of a lot of people on the bench making 1.5 million. They don't got a lot of power.
I feel what you're
I'm just saying 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they don't got that much power. So no, I don't think player empowerment has gone that far. It's the top 12 players in the league got player empowerment. That's it. So no, I think it's
a little larger than that. But yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Very, very select amount of
very
players.
Select few, exactly. How many people getting that supermax? You got Jaylen Brown getting 300 million, but then you got somebody, whatever, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you got somebody else that's only like a tier below him, and they getting 2 million a year. Like the disparity is too far off. So I don't think there is enough player empowerment. It look nice. It sound nice.
Are you telling me that there is growing economic inequality in an American industry, no way.
It's called
No
capitalism.
way.
Bro. It's called capitalism. You didn't know?
Unbelievable. Devion, what you got?
Hell no. Like, it needs to be more for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they blowing it out of proportion with it. Like, anytime somebody goes out, it's just like your employee right now. If they love outspoken people until they start speaking out against them. It's, you got to fall back in line. It's going to cause everybody else to cause me to treat you right and give you what you worth. Like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, like, how is anybody on your bench? Like, that's real shit. Like, you making $1.5 million. They making more money than what they plan a year in jersey sales with their best player. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then, I'm cool with that. Like, James Harden, like I don't like that they warned Dame Dillard about saying shit like that and then don't say nothing of James Harden. But I do like when they both say the shit and like, fuck these teams. Because if you don't speak out like that, all these owners go come in, they just go make this, they gonna create this narrative about you, and then go try to blackball you and say, hey, no, he's just difficult to play with. It's because of him. Like what they did with DeMarcus Cousins. Like they say that was when he was like 4 years in the league. He's difficult to play with.
This man playing in Puerto Rico.
And now he playing in Puerto Rico, and nobody's saying he's difficult to play with no more. But that was 4 years ago. They created that narrative, and then he can't do nothing about it because he damn near essentially got blackballed. You know what I'm saying? You went from being a Twins house to playing fucking Puerto Rico. The fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? So I don't like shit like that. So I think you paying them $300 million a year, they should have a little bit more say. So like how LeBron took that play, that little clip that was going viral with Tyrone. Who was it? When he took it and they said J.R. Smith go shoot it, he was like, hell no. We gonna do this, erase it, we gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? You need to see that more. Like they the ones playing ball. They the ones who go get the blame. They the ones who go win the games. They really the ones getting the players there, whether it's on camera or not. They the ones secretly recruiting these people to play. Like, so you ain't gonna hold me and then tell me fall back in line, but I'm the reason why you getting this paper. Like
making millions.
I don't think they got enough. Like but it should be a balance. But
yeah, there should be balance. I think the thing that bothers me about this conversation that we've seen so far is that they take one person who I would agree. I think James Harden is tripping right now. Like I think James Harden has been doing too much the last few years, right? I think but like I don't see that as a player empowerment problem. Like I think the overall concept of players having more and more power and more say so in the league is a good thing. James Harden might be on some very singular bullshit, in my opinion, but that doesn't mean player empowerment's gone too far. I think it still needs to go further. And at the end of the day, the only time people talk about contracts being honored is when the player wants something different. That's the only time you hear about you need to honor your contract. The team never fucking cares about honoring their contract. If they want to cut somebody or trade somebody or move them to a whole nother city on their dime, on their time, and when they think it's most convenient, they'll go do it. So I have no issue with players saying, no, I want to go somewhere and this is where I want to go. Like I don't have an issue with that. Now I think, in an ideal world, the team does not act like some, like crazy overbearing figure, and they have a good relationship, and then both people can say, like, what, this relationship has run its course. I'll keep my mouth shut on where I actually want to go, but I'm gonna tell you where I want to go, and you just make it happen so I don't destroy your leverage. You can get max return for this trade. Like that's like an ideal situation, but like we've seen time and time again, the owners of these teams and GMs never actually treat those players with that type of respect. We saw the moment LeBron left Cleveland, right? We saw how Dan Gilbert acted. Like we've seen all the commentary and all that bullshit. I mean, like real life slave owner type mentality that Dan Gilbert was portraying, just because LeBron James decided to. Again, he didn't even break a contract. He just decided he didn't want to go back there because they couldn't put a team around him.
And raised $1 million. Right now,
and look, and then had a whole little documentary about what am I going to sell.
That boy went full Django. He said,
"Hey, but look, can you get mad at them for that? When like Stacks and like
took my best man
Kevin Garnett was talking about like the little clauses that they got in their contracts that they stop them. Like if you get 20 points and then they say, "Oh, he's injured," so they don't got to pay him his money. He's like, "Is it enough owner empowerment?" Then you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, you can't be out here.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
saying
the
that.
players,
Petty.
the players are good. Like they could probably use more if anything. It hasn't gone far enough.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Facts.
They just bitching. Look, hey, the owner's just bitching for real. That's all it is.
They ain't got nothing else to talk about.
No one likes it when they start losing power. No one does. But oh well, they'll be all right. They can count their millions or sometimes billions.
None of them got power because pussy rule the world anyway. So shit.
A par.
I'm just saying, we all paying for pussy. So shit. I'm just saying.
Should we have a Gilbert Arenas? Should we have a Gilbert Arenas take on
a segment, a relationship segment? Hey, he told that girl, hey, you may get this money back.
Hey,
what is happening?
She was fine.
How did we get here?
Hey, she was fine.
She was fine as fuck, bro. She was fine.
She was $50.01 too short. $2.50. $2.50. Give him a good night.
He said $2.
All right, we're moving on to the schedule release. So the NBA released their schedule. Includes in-season tournament details, which we will discuss at a later moment or a later date, I should say. But the thing that we all want to get ready for, Christmas Day. So here's what we got. Christmas Day. We start the day with Bucks at Knicks, then Sixers at Heat, Celtics at Lakers, the classic rivalry, Mavericks at Suns, Warriors at Nuggets to cap the night off. So,
I see Kyrie rubbed off on you.
On who?
That wasn't Woj. That was Shams. I'm just saying. Kyrie rubbed off on you.
I've always been Team Shams. What are we talking about now?
I'm just saying. Because Kyrie went off on Woj for the James Harden thing.
Okay.
I was connecting segments, bro. That was skill, bro.
Good job, Joe. Fantastic
Too much
connection there. But what I want to know from you guys, I want to know about the schedule on Christmas. I want to know what you guys think. Did the NBA get it right? Did they get it wrong? If they got it wrong, who should be out of there? Who should be in there? All those good questions. Joseph, you can go first.
I actually have no complaints this year. There's usually always a bogus one in between or at the very beginning. I honestly don't have no complaints but it's going to be a bogus game in there somehow. Somebody going to be injured and not be able to play.
Yeah,
but
can't do much about that though.
And I'm not gonna lie, I am a little concerned because I don't know how serious the players are gonna take that mid-season tournament, which is in November, and then you got a month later, you got Christmas Day game. Maybe I don't know if they're gonna take the Christmas Day games as seriously as they usually do. So that may be my only concern. But besides that, I'm pretty cool. I like everything I saw.
Okay, all right, Devion.
Hey man, I wanna complain so bad about it, but
they went to the playoffs, Devion.
I know they actually got it right this time.
All right,
because they've been trying to force like these matchups for so long to make them make sense, and then the Knicks have always been the one like, why the fuck are they in it? But Brunson, hey, bro, they got Brunson. I ain't gonna say nothing bad about him. That's like the one thing that the Knicks have gotten right.
He may show up on Christmas Day for sure.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna show up. They might actually, I ain't gonna say they gonna win, but they gonna make it interesting because of fourth quarter Brunson. So they got it right this time. They've been trying to get it right for 3-4 years. So it just so happened all of them made to the playoffs this year.
Well, see, and that's where I have my issue, because there is one team on this list that I don't think deserves to be there because they didn't go to the playoffs. Now they do have some fantastic players to watch.
I'm tripping.
But why the fuck is Dallas on here?
Yeah,
like you know that.
Come on, Luka, bro.
It's Luka and Kyrie. I get it. I get why. But I'm just saying, bro. You know that picture?
You're right.
That meme that's
it's
like the people that are like hiding behind, it's like soldiers or whatever, and then there's like the clown in the middle, and it's like, whatever, so and so trying to fit in with blah blah.
We watched the Knicks go for 12 years and they couldn't sniff. I'm talking about
I never wanted them on there anyways. I never wanted the goddamn Knicks on there. The team that I wish would just replace them. Why not any love for Sacramento?
Thank you.
Why did the Kings not get any love?
Oh, that's a good point.
They had, and you're gonna put the bum ass Mavs on there after they fucking won.
Because no one has faith
tanked.
that they're going to do it
They
again.
won. They
No, it's
tanked,
Sacramento. It's
allegedly.
just a
They tried
Sacramento.
to tank.
That's all.
They missed the
Not a
playoffs.
beloved
They
organization.
sure did try to
They-
tank. They should be punished for
Like
that.
if
That's a
you're
good ass
like if
point.
the NBA is trying to punish people for shit again, it always seems to go much harder to one
Where's the
direction.
memo? It is
Yeah.
nigga go.
Yeah,
You know.
but Luka, man, Luka deserved to be on that team in the
Luka is,
playoffs.
I
It's
get it
just
because
'cause it's
Luka's
Luka.
primetime television, Kyrie's primetime television, so I get why they did it.
Will,
but I'm just saying
you made a great
they
point. Just swap
should
the
have
Knicks out
gave
for
it
him.
to the Kings.
Swap the Knicks and the Kings out. I'll be all right with that. Luka deserved it. He better than the whole organization of the Knicks. Like the last
fuck
since he been in
that.
the league.
Jalen Brunson
right.
left the Mavs
Swap
and then
him
took
out.
the Knicks somewhere.
Jalen
forever.
Brunson gonna do something though. I want to see Jalen Brunson Christmas Day. That sound dope.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
be
I'm
fire.
good with the Knicks. I'm good with the
It's
Knicks
gonna
this
be
year.
Like,
I am
it's gonna be
good with
fire.
them this year. They get a pass from me this year. But the Kings should have been on.
They
They were
still
such a
gonna be a
good
6,
story
7
last
seed.
year. Like, like they were a good story. Like all those. I was just like, why not reward them for
They
that?
got
Like they
good for like
help
5
build a
straight years.
storyline for a
Suck.
team that
Yeah.
needs it.
Storyline. Well, this ain't no game. They don't care about that shit. That's how it should be. That's what it really should be.
I'm just saying, like
Not
that,
then.
that's a good franchise. It's got a lot of really good fans. Like
Sure.
you can't just when you just force teams like the Knicks or the Lakers.
NBA's better
like,
when the Knicks are good.
Celtics.
Why ain't they have the Lakers playing Sacramento? That would have been a good one from that. Oh, and then just start putting flashbacks
No, it should have been
rivalries in
All
the.
right, so
You know
let
what I'm
me throw this back up there. Let me
That'd
throw
be
it back up
fire.
there.
Nobody want to see no.
We
fucking
have
Celtics and
we
the
have
Lakers
Warriors
right
at
now.
Nuggets.
Oh, man.
This is
Yes, they do.
this is what I would have
I
done.
do.
So
I
like
do, I'm saying.
Bucks and Knicks is fine. I don't think the Celtics Lakers should have been.
I would have switched the Suns with the Celtics and had the Mavs.
It
I'd
should
have the
been.
Mavs play the Celtics and the Suns play the Lakers.
I would have had the Warriors play the Kings, do that rematch from the playoffs because that was one of the best series in the playoffs last year. So I would have had the Nuggets either play the Suns or the Heat, either do the finals rematch or
I did the Suns
Western
and the
Conference.
Bucks because KD be talking shit against Giannis and all that shit. I'd have played
And then-
them too.
So
I mean,
if you put the Nuggets versus the Suns, then you can do a conference finals rematch of Heat Celtics instead of the Lakers. I just
Gotta have
I
Lakers
don't know.
Celtics, bro. You can't change that, dog. Come on,
but
bro.
76
You can't.
I like that because
Me too.
the Heat got they number.
Oh yeah,
and they just
that
say,
one's fine.
fuck
Like
them.
that, I have no
love that.
issue with that. I'm just saying
You
if-
can't change Celtics
you
Lakers
took-
though, bro. That's hard. That's hard to change.
I just
Yeah.
feel like
That sounds
this-
so sexy on paper,
this
bro.
iteration of that rivalry though is just not really there because it's
Bro.
been so long.
It could
since
be.
they met in the finals.
It's not. We got their number. We've been fucking them up. Like
True.
we've won more championships in our lifetime than they
Like
have.
if this was
They got
still
one.
like
You know what I'm
even
saying?
like
They got
Kobe
one.
and Paul
One.
Pierce, you know what I'm saying? Like if it was still Kobe and Paul Pierce era,
That would be great.
sure. Because like they met in the finals, like that got renewed, like all that.
Anthony
That would've been
Davis,
fantastic.
Jason Tatum,
I want to see that
There's
shit.
nothing there.
JT, AD. I'm just saying.
They sniffing rings. We got one on our hand. So I mean, one on our finger. So what's
I
the whole
would have. I
point?
personally would have made 76ers Knicks like the first game. That's all.
That'd been a good start.
I would have liked to see us play somebody.
But the
else
first
versus
game
them.
could flop, so that's why they got the Bucks Knicks as the first game. Because if it flops, no
Yeah,
one's
because
gonna
they
care,
know
'cause
the
it
Bucks
starts
are
at
about to
11
smack them
a.m.
by 20.
Exactly,
So
and it's gonna start at 11 a.m. So no one gonna see it anyway.
Why didn't they let us play? Yeah, we should got our little redemption game, like our revenge game against the Nuggets. Like, why do they want to play the Nuggets and the Warriors? Let the Warriors play somebody else. Like, it's like they kind of trying to push a narrative.
Well, I mean,
like they
because
still
the
top
Warriors
two.
Nuggets did meet in the playoffs. That was a playoff matchup.
Yeah, but
That
I'm
was
just
that was
saying,
the Western
like-
Conference Finals.
Man, come on, man. It's more exciting. I think it would be more exciting to watch us play them, and then the Kings versus the Warriors would have been way better. De'Aaron Fox versus
Who is we?
Steph Curry. We as the people, the fans.
Okay, I was just wondering.
You know, we the niggas, the us, us. Like, man, these matchups crazy, man. Like, Joe, you want?
No, I will say
You wanna
overall
connect,
though,
let me get
I'll
this-
give NBA a B plus for these.
Say so.
This is
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the better end.
Which one should you
better
try to go
end.
to?
I'm saying, hey,
We're gonna have
for
to go
real.
to a Memphis game. We're gonna have to go to a Grizzlies game this year.
Hey, man, we
Hey,
should pick like
see.
And that
5
was another
games.
team that I could have had in there, but I knew the NBA wasn't gonna do that because of the.
You
Chop.
trying to go to the Bomberito 500 next weekend? I'm serious. I'm about to say.
I know you are.
We be up in the garage. We be right there, bro. I'm serious.
Yes.
That shit fun.
Yeah, I'm.
All right,
Yeah,
can y'all save your social activity?
I could meet. You
planning
could meet
for
David Stewart.
off-air
Worldwide
time?
technology.
I'm on
just
it,
saying.
baby. We doing this for the team, baby. This is
I'm just
us.
saying.
We gonna have a. I have a
All right.
picture of you on my phone, so it's like you there.
I'll have a press pass, so I'll just be like he with me.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
I'm there, man. I'm
All right.
Cardi
So
B
we're
shade.
moving on. We're gonna go to a new concept.
I got some
New
fair combos,
concept.
so I'm with you. I'm with you.
And Gucci, man. Gucci. That's all I'm
New
saying.
concept here. We're gonna each give a guilty pleasure take. So I'll explain the concept, right? So everyone's got that guilty pleasure song, right? So that song that you secretly like, but you never want to actually tell people you like it because of how that would make you look in public. Now we are a group of 3 people that really usually do not give a fuck. So this doesn't apply as strictly to us. We usually let you know, even if we not get criticized for it. But the
Tell me
concept
what you
is
want, what you really want. I wanna zig it. Yeah. If you wanna be my lover. Sorry, that's my shit.
That could be our intro song.
See, there you go. Like completely unprompted. Joe just has no filter.
Who don't like
design
the Spice
so
Girls?
we appreciate it.
I
So the concept here, guilty pleasure take. So a take that you actually believe, but you would not want people to know you necessarily believe it because you think it might get your basketball IQ questioned. I feel like this is a concept made for this show.
Yeah.
And Joe, the king of guilty pleasure takes is what I might start calling you. You can have the floor first.
Woo. Jason Tatum is overrated. I think he's a really good basketball player. I think it's crazy to say he's top 5 right now. I think he's a really good basketball player. But if we're going to sit there and tell him top 5, I don't know why he don't get criticized enough in the playoffs then. If he's a great player, he should be criticized more often than he is. So I think Jason Tatum.
I need you to nail this down.
He's
So
top 10.
Where do you think you think he's top 10?
I think he's top 10. I think he has terrible basketball IQ. I think he takes terrible shots all the time. He don't play great. Yeah, he does take terrible shots all the time. When he gets tired, he takes bad shots. He does the same thing Joel Embiid does. When he gets tired, he takes bad shots. And he does it more often than he should. I don't think he realized he should post up. He tall enough to post up. He got a mismatch almost every time he got the ball, but he want to be an and-one dribbler and try to do like Kobe, and he not Kobe. So I think that messes his game up a lot. And then defensively, to be that long, he a little slow laterally, so he's not a great defender when he could be a better defender than he is. That's my problem with Jason Tatum.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think he's a pretty damn good defender.
Hey, Rick Barry might agree with you.
Facts. Not Rick Barry.
Hey, bro, he gave a great take on that, bro. He said they lost because they just kept turning the ball on the 2 best players. Don't know how to keep the ball in their hand. But that's why it made me think about that. That's funny. I like Jason Tatum. Fuck you, man.
I like him too. I went to school with the nigga, bro. Like,
well, I'm gonna say something. It's probably gonna be wild to some people. I don't give no fuck. I don't think Steph Curry's ever been better than Kevin Durant, like ever. So,
facts.
I'm talking even that unanimous MVP year, all the shit like that. I've never thought he was better. I don't think he's ever been. Honestly, I don't think he's ever been better than LeBron or KD ever. The whole time he's been in the NBA.
See, like I feel like that
he's never been better than LeBron.
Wild. That's especially
he's never been better than LeBron.
Last season, Steph Curry was better than LeBron James.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't.
I'm talking to some fans right now.
He's not.
No, LeBron was hurt. Come on, bro. No, he wasn't.
He wasn't. LeBron
27, 7, and 7.
Doing better than he was. Fuck out of here. And we made it to the playoffs that far. We weren't even supposed to sniff it at one point.
We got totally different teams.
Come on. Fuck out of here. He ain't never been better than LeBron. They want him to be better than LeBron. But man, he 49 scoring 30, 30, and 30.
Age has nothing to do with this.
I'm just saying.
It's very impressive what he's doing to say it has nothing to do with who he's better than or he's not better than.
It's never been a question like LeBron's always been the best player on his team every time. We can question that with Steph Curry. Like I don't get no fuck. Maybe we be a fan. I don't think he ever been better than either one of those until they retire. Well, LeBron for sure. LeBron really is still a top 2 player, top 3 player.
Wait. So the year the Golden State won the championship, the last championship Golden State won, you don't think Steph was better than KD was that year?
No.
With the Brooklyn Nets?
Nope.
Yes,
when they got
that's wild.
swept against the Celtics.
That's wild to me.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. That's
Wild to
wild.
me.
That's wild. I was with you until I just thought about that one.
No.
No,
He's
that's
got a
wild.
great team. I'm just saying they got a good ass team.
No, Steph balled
Look,
out,
at
bro.
the end of the day,
Steph balled out
this
that
is-
year,
this is-
dog.
He balled
This
out
is
because
what
you
it-
got a whole bunch of threats on your team. You start eliminating that shit.
He
I'm
had-
just saying, when you got a good team, it's
he had
easy
Jordan
to
Poole
do a lot of shit. Jordan
Klay
Poole
Thompson
was
coming off an
good.
injury.
Man, Jordan Poole is good.
He
for
wasn't in the final.
system. He was good for the system. That's my point. They produce players like that are good in the system. They
And who
create
makes
good
the system?
I'm just saying the coach. It ain't fucking
Stop.
them. Like our triangle was great.
Mark Jackson.
Yeah, Mark Jackson.
That's what I'm
actually
saying. It's
created
gone
all
through two
that.
different coaches. So
Mark
two
Jackson
different-
created Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was just an average
perfected
player.
it.
Of course, he can go in there and think, oh yeah, we should put them here and all shit. Have these, it's. I don't think.
Damn, that was such a unnecessary diss to Steve Kerr. You know, he was an
Look.
average player, so obviously he knows
It
how
is.
to.
It's just no,
He
for real.
was watching coaches enough, so now you know how to coach.
Hey,
That
man,
was such a backhanded
Hey, man,
compliment.
It is
That
what's
was-
a fact. Most of these players that are really good make horrible coaches, and these average ass players
That's
make
facts.
good ass coaches. So
That's
it's a
facts.
fact. He don't like his shit. He played in the NBA. Shit, you take that
I-
slight. He beat
Devion,
out real
here-
people.
my
Fuck
issue
outta
with
here.
your take is just that
Cool, bro.
why can't KD ever win without Curry then?
That's fine.
The
I ain't gonna
system.
say that. He's still a better player, individual player. Steph's a
He's
better
more
team player.
talented. He's more talented, but
Steph's
like
a better team player. That's it. I'm
All right.
serious. Individual, when you go to talent, individual things, there's nothing Steph Curry can do
You're right.
that individually that KD can't do.
We
And
go
he's
to the
tall.
gym.
yeah, but that
I'm taking
doesn't
KD
matter
first.
though.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, you got to win. You got to win basketball games. I
Yeah,
don't really
it's a-
give a shit which way you do it. KD at the end of the day, because of his
Yeah, better
own
team player. I think Westbrook's
mentality.
better than half these motherfuckers here individually.
First of all,
Westbrook is a
we
beast,
also
but
not
team
gonna we're not gonna
maybe not so
we're not
much.
gonna act like Kevin Durant had Scott Brooks and Billy Donovan. I mean, just saying, it's not like he had great coaches either.
sure.
The only time he
I mean,
won is when he had
I'm
a
not-
great coach. I'm just
I'm
that
just-
matters.
It's a lot of things that go into winning. It's little
Yeah.
things like, you know what I'm saying? Give him Spo when he had that team with James Harden and all that shit. That makes a big difference. He can win. That's an elite
Oh,
coach.
absolutely. I'm just
saying,
and
he
I
got-
think that would have changed Kevin Durant as a player as
it's-
well. Like,
Absolutely.
So
but
I'm not
at
taking
the end of the
away.
day,
Yeah,
this
I
is
get
who
you.
Kevin Durant is, but whatever. All right.
He's a talented ass player. Doesn't
I'll
have
give you-
shitty teammates. The Suns is the best situation.
I have no
There
issue
you
with
go.
you saying that Kevin Durant is better than Curry in any given years,
I
but like to
think
say
so.
never, not a
Um,
single season.
No,
wild to me.
never. Oh wow.
But here,
No, ever.
I might be the biggest dumbass of the fucking group today. So this is
Most
Devin. I
likely.
know we've talked about this before, but I'll put it out there.
Oh, okay, so we-
If you really just ask me who is the better player, you remove this era conversation, like all these things, like who do I think was actually a better
Yes.
basketball player? I think Kobe Bryant was better than Michael Jordan. Like I think Kobe was the best shooting guard that we've actually ever seen play basketball. Now, I think when you go to the greatest of all time, I think Jordan deserves respect over Kobe because of his accomplishments, what he did. That was his era. Kobe was in a different era. But I think if you just lined up the basketball player that was Michael Jordan in the 80s and 90s and then had him try and play Kobe Bryant in the 90s, late 90s and 2000s, I think Kobe Bryant's better. I think the competition got harder. I think that's the one. I believe that to my core.
I ain't hating.
And-
I ain't hating.
I'm not saying nothing.
I ain't
Kobe
hating.
the God. I'm biggest
I ain't
Kobe fan you ever gonna be.
Kobe
Alright.
actually played real people in the finals. So I'll
I
tell
don't
you
give a
that.
fuck what y'all say. Fuck everybody. Kobe
Facts.
the
The
greatest
West
player.
was tough.
It's Kobe the greatest player I ever seen in my eye. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Kobe was great.
So,
Kobe was
I don't
great.
give a fuck what nobody say. I argue that to the greatest player I've ever seen with my eyes that I've seen. So I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You ain't
So
saying
that
nothing
means
wrong, Will.
that means LeBron's the GOAT, and then
To who?
Kobe's too. And
Yeah, I
then-
mean, LeBron's the GOAT to me. I've said that plenty of times. I don't think that's really a guilty pleasure. I think there's a lot of people that believe that.
they just don't want to admit it.
Well, I think there's plenty of people that want to admit it. I think there's a lot of people in the LeBron is the GOAT category. I just think, like to me, like basketball evolves, right? Like it keeps getting
Yes.
better. It gets better and gets better. Somebody will be better than LeBron. It might be Wemby. We might have just seen him get drafted. Like somebody
Not
will
happening.
be better than him. I don't hold on to this whole thing that like, oh, the person I grew up watching has to be the best ever. No, I don't buy into that. And like everyone was like, oh, well, Michael Jordan, if they would have shot threes like they did nowadays, he would have developed it. Okay, fantastic. Probably would have, but he
Still
didn't.
would have been a bum at
So,
it
like,
at first.
So, I think the Michael Jordan like just conversation, aura, era, all that shit gets like way overhyped because of some
I
nice
agree.
quotes and some,
People act like
some.
they actually played a lot of defense back then. They weren't playing good defense.
Hey, bro,
Yeah,
they
you was
say
getting by them, and
basketball.
then they would clothesline you. Like they wasn't playing. I saw so many. Like if you watch game film, there's so many open layups. People act like every time they made a layup, it was contested.
Hey, bro, we
It's
didn't
ridiculous.
play some
That part
wild
pisses
ass
me off the
dudes like
most.
that. That does change the way you play because I'm not gonna be
It
driving
does,
as
but come
much
on, bro.
either 'cause I ain't trying to get a concussion. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
But
mean it's good
It
defense
does, but like
though.
I'm
it
saying,
don't
like when
mean
you
it's good
start,
defense.
Doesn't mean it's good
like,
defense.
when you
Facts,
start
playing
comparing that
football.
though to players like Kobe or like LeBron,
That's what I'm
acting like
saying.
those two would have like
Couldn't
backed
handle it.
down from that is just
It's ridiculous.
stupid to me.
I just don't understand what the true metrics are for what is the best player or the best players. I don't understand.
Right, I
don't
mean
know
that's why
It's
it's
an eye
fun debate,
test.
right? Like that's
It's
why
an eye
it's
test.
it's why it's
Yeah.
a fun debate. You can talk about the six rings, but I don't penalize players, for the
Yeah.
opponent that they played in the finals. Like
I don't think
that,
rings should count.
like
The
that
eye test says
Celtics
it.
team
I
that
do.
Celtics team that
Rings count.
the Celtics
Robert
team
Horry
that
got his
Kobe
fucking
lost
six.
to, right?
He never been the best player.
True.
That Kobe lost to. I don't think, like, if you stack them up against the teams that Jordan like saw in the finals, like they might be better than all of them, or is probably at least like top 2 or 3, right? So like, I just
Yeah,
that's
but
why,
if
like, the
they-
6-0 thing does nothing for me.
Yeah, but they watching them like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people who I am, I know at least for myself, like what I am, especially like in real estate and certain things, I model myself after some of these people I've seen, and I could develop a better model or just make it better. So, you gotta give them. I guess that's their way of giving them some type of credit because no Kobe without a Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Because he's close to have
Right, and that's why I'm
emulated.
cool
You know
with
what I'm
like
saying?
if people in their greatest of all
You know.
time, like if you say Jordan is better than Kobe, greatest of all time, I'm fine with that. I will probably say that because I agree with that. Like,
yeah,
Kobe
there is
was-
a lot of players that were not there because they had they needed to see a Jordan do it to get inspired. Like whatever, I'm fine if you want to give him credit for that and credit for the era, but like just straight basketball player, no.
I should have said we doing this
Kobe,
segment next week.
Kobe.
We gonna do
Yep.
this segment.
Save
next
it.
week.
Save it.
I got one that's going. I might tell y'all off camera. Oh, I'm gonna piss a lot of people.
Save
It's
it.
gonna be way worse.
Don't tell us.
What I
Save
said
it.
today. Oh
Yeah,
man.
save it.
Hey,
But you know how we end this show? We choose love, we choose violence. I feel like everyone's in a real violent mood right now, but
I'm trying to see.
yeah, okay. Joe, you look like you're ready. What you got? A bunch of
Oh yeah, I got it. This is easy though. This is easy. You probably see him get hated on a lot. Skip Bayless, a goddamn fool. I can't stand this motherfucker. How the hell you been gone? I don't even know. You've been gone 2 months, and then your ass gonna come out on your podcast and say, I saw the Hall of Fame ceremony with Dwayne Wade, but I didn't see LeBron there. No shit, you didn't see LeBron there because his son just had a fucking heart attack. Like, are you really I respect people who gonna stand on it. If you stand on, you don't think LeBron a great player, you don't think he better than Jordan. If you want to hold on to him missing free throws as a reason why he's not a great player, cool. That's your stance. Stand on that. But this little petty shit, you attacking this man for not being at Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame ceremony when his son just had a heart attack 2 weeks ago. Like, that's some bogus ass shit right there. That's why people don't like you, bro. Like, that's like he think he being
You know what it
cool,
reminds me of,
and he
Joe?
think he trolling, but he's turning off a lot of people. Ain't nobody gonna watch your shit when you come back, bro. Like, this is not working. Like, you think it's working, but it's not. The shit not funny.
You know what it reminded me of? Remember when was it his brother Dak lost his brother, I think, to suicide?
Yep.
And then he publicly talked about it. It's like, yeah, that like really fucked me up, all these things. And Skip goes, I just don't love hearing that from my quarterback. What? Bro,
That's
shit
Skip
is more
Bayless, bro.
important than being quarterback for the fucking Cowboys.
Yeah, that boy.
Like there's things in
Well,
life that just matter more. And
Facts.
you know what the cherry on top of it is, Joe? The Heat released a whole video tribute to Dwayne Wade, talking to all of his former teammates. Guess who was in there?
Exactly.
LeBron fucking James. Like, LeBron paid his ultimate respects. He tweeted about it a bunch of times. Like, yeah, it's fucking stupid. But
I-
also not unexpected with Skip
Nope,
Bayless.
not at all.
Hey, bro, just say something on that, bro. That show you like how his ratings are so high. It show you how many fucked up people actually like him or probably agree with
Nah,
him.
Devion,
Like,
you know what you're about to find
That's
out?
the crazy
His
part, you're
ratings
right.
were so high because of Shannon Sharp.
Exactly.
oh, I know.
Now that
Oh, I
Shannon
know.
Sharp's
I
not
can't
there,
wait.
watch them ratings drop.
I can't
Unless
wait.
Richard Sherman is gonna be good though.
He might be,
That's
but
the-
he's only going to be on there like selected. It's not an everyday thing.
Like 2 days out of the week. Yeah.
Oh, go get fuck that. Tell him to go get one of them little butterball.
He don't
want to
work with Nick Wright.
No, nah.
He don't want to work with Nick Wright because Nick Wright embarrassed him one time.
Yeah,
so he don't want to work with him.
Like, we gotta stop having these black dudes that know what the fuck
Hey, I
they
love the
them
low-key
out.
shade that Shannon's
Yeah.
going to be on First Take Mondays and Tuesdays now. That's fucking awesome.
Hey, I hope he does. I'm not gonna lie. I hope he ends
He is.
up
No, it's
being
confirmed.
like, I'm
He's
talking
on
about-
First Take
Well,
Mondays and Tuesdays.
Steven A said it wasn't
permanently. I want it to be, like,
confirmed yet
permanently.
though, so who knows?
I want it to be permanent.
Front Office
because
Sports reports that I believe
Yeah.
it.
But Stephen A said on his podcast that he hasn't signed the dotted line, so who knows?
I want Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith to have a
Bro,
show.
Can you imagine
That shit's
Shannon
gonna be
Sharp Monday,
fantastic.
Tuesday, then Wednesday is Mad Dog?
That's
First of all,
crazy.
they need Shannon Sharp on Fridays during the football season.
First of all,
he need to do Monday,
Mad
Tuesday,
Dog-
Friday.
Chris Mad Dog Russo is who should go debate Skip Bayless. They can have their little white off.
Oh my god, that would be
That's
awful.
who-
He said they what?
I'm just saying. I fucking hate him. I hate him about as much as I hate Skip Bayless.
I can't stand, man.
You like him better than Colin?
Colin is bad too, bro.
The thing
Colin
is, though,
is
like
bad,
Colin,
bro.
Colin usually, I don't watch. I haven't seen as much of him,
Colin
but like he
is
at least
bad.
leaves like the racist undertones. I feel like out of most
Right.
of his takes.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
just
really
a
ever
fan.
feel like
That's it.
he's
just
an
ultimate LeBron
idiot.
fan.
Like
That's it.
That
He's an
boy
idiot,
said
but-
that boy said Dwayne Haskins can't win the Super Bowl. No shit, bro.
sure can't.
No shit.
Hey, we must be
He's
on the
dead.
same. Like, we must be on the same wavelength. Because I sure was gonna give some love to Shannon Sharp. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is
Talk to me,
Give him
Devion.
like,
Talk
for
to
real.
me.
Look.
because I just like all the over the last year or two. It's just like they trying to. I don't know if it was the media or like Skip bitch ass trying to hate on Shannon Sharp and paint him to be like he the big jolly guy and all shit, like the big black mad man or something like this. You know what I'm saying? Paint him as a bad picture. Tell him to shut the fuck up. People saying, "Oh, you should do this." He lead the show. Don't let that man run you off the show. And then now, Stephen A. opens him with open arms on the #1 fucking show. And then
And he's got a fan. I think he's got a FanDuel TV show as well.
come on, you know what I'm
Bro.
saying? So he left there.
Shannon's
and-
gonna be doing good.
Come on, bro. I want Shannon to be dope. I don't give a fuck what nobody
Shannon
say.
good.
Because he is one of them dudes like he's a big LeBron fan. And don't forget, he was a bigger Kobe fan first. He really loved Kobe first. People
Bro.
always sleep on that.
Devion, keep it real, bro. Keep it real, bro.
Uh,
How often do we get to look on national TV and see somebody with some Hennessy and a black
Thank you.
mouth?
That's
That's what it's
thank you.
about. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what
I
it's
like
about.
to see that because this is the shit I do. I like to
Exactly.
see-
That's
I like
what
to
it's
see
about.
Niggas doing nigga things.
Exactly.
That's me. That's like my uncle. Like for real. That's shit my
Facts.
uncle does. And my uncles, because all my uncles do that. Some of my uncles some shiesty ass niggas.
See,
But he put together. I like seeing a nigga who actually is a representation of what black people are, not one of these dudes who I heard just like
he don't
I'm
fake
gonna-
it.
Yeah, I'm not
Exactly.
gonna talk like that because you can't talk like that in front of white people. They're gonna do this. I like him doing that, smoking that blackie mile. Half niggas I know smoke blacks. Half the other niggas I know drinking Henny or they drinking Remy. They drinking Douce. I like seeing that shit. He did it on national TV, and they can't say nothing about him because the ratings, that money coming in, and then you can get rid of him. He created his own lane. I love seeing our people, especially like that. I like seeing people
Facts.
being who they are, especially black people, not pandering to white people. I love that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I shout out to Shannon Sharp. I'm supporting anything and everything he do. Shay's room, Shay's club.
Shay Club is dope. Yep,
That
yes,
shit is
sir.
fire. It's better than anything Skip had ever had. I've never listened to Skip's podcast ever. Shay's
Me
room is Shay's club is fire. So shout out to you. Look, that'd be one person I love to meet too, Joe. So if you ever get him on your show, bro, just tell me. I'm gonna pop up randomly. You know what I'm saying? Shake a hand or two. You know.
I mean, shit. We must have all really been on the same wavelength because Devion, you kind of stole mine, but I'm throwing love to Shannon Sharp because
Good, bro.
Bow
Love
down.
that
basically
dude,
echoing
man.
everything that
Bow
you just
down.
said. You said it in a better way than I could probably say it, but I mean, yeah, I think it's just dope to see.
What you trying to say?
people
You smoke Black and Miles and drink Douce?
that-
No.
No.
What you said about my mama? What's that? Dorito? Hey, just say,
That was
look,
funny. You're right,
Will,
though.
just say what you gonna say, and I'll put the bleep in there. I say the words. You
Boy. Boy. No.
Boy said he gonna cancel.
I just
Right, cancel. Like a motherfucker.
Devion, I can't co-sign enough that like the love is the fact that Shannon Sharp was able to make his celebrity, like, not that he wasn't already a celebrity, but like grow his celebrity
Mhm.
by just being unapologetically him, like not trying to change any little thing that he does. Like, you know, there's been some times where I think he had to kind of, you know, apologize for things he probably didn't really feel like he needed to apologize for.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's just part of the cost of doing business. I don't think we've ever really
it's being
seen
a man too. Sometimes
somebody
you gotta apologize for shit you don't want to. It's just that's a part of being a man too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, it's like, you know, like I
you know,
think
shit's hard to do.
Can you? I mean, you guys can probably answer this question better than I can. But like, can you think of somebody that has just like challenged like the traditional ways of like having how you're supposed to appear in national media?
Yeah,
You know, maybe outside
but
of
they're all
sports.
dead. They all got assassinated. Yes, absolutely. You said outside of sports. I'm just saying. You don't go with the status quo. Your ass is gone. I'm just saying.
I know outside. I'm saying I was trying to say within sport. Like I feel like Shannon Sharp was able to just.
Yep, Ricky Williams, and they kicked his ass out.
He was not really in national media though. Like Ricky, you know,
he just wanted to smoke some weed, and they was just like, "You gotta go."
Ricky,
bro.
yeah, like Ricky
Boy,
hates like the public limelight. Like that's like anti Ricky Williams. Like, but someone like Shannon, who's like a very social person, loves to be out there. Like from day one, he never had to change. Like he was himself the entire time, and was accepted.
Oh, the accepted part. That part got me. Because you know,
no. Maybe like John Madden, but he white, so I don't think he counts.
No, it's like. Yeah, like I feel like Shannon broke a lot of barriers.
You're right.
You know what the best part about it is, Joe? Devion?
It may have been actually no. We gotta have to go back. He did do it on Fox. That's funny as hell, bro. He was smoking Black and Miles and Hennessy on Fox. I didn't even think about that, bro.
That's gotta be the whitest network in the world, and he was big.
That's dope.
Like
I didn't think about
ultra
that.
nigga.
That's true. We gotta give it to Stu though too from ESPN back in the day.
Stuart Scott is a legend.
Stuart Scott. We gotta give it to Stuart Scott.
Yeah.
We gotta give it to him too. Cool, solid a pillow, bro.
But you know, these new people don't know who that is, so you know it's. Now
I just feel like I do feel like there still like was a difference though between.
But there is a difference,
and Shannon Sharp. Like,
he was a cool dude. Stu was a cool, laid back guy. Shannon is cool.
Shannon in your face.
He like one of them dudes. Like, but you know you can't say certain things because he's big as fuck and he'll knock your ass out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta talk with him with caution. Like John Morant's dad. I know he was doing all that wolfing and talk, but he was like few feet back. Because you got that's one of them motherfuckers that grab you like this. You might, bro. You might say, hey, bro. Why we arguing, bro? Why are we arguing, bro? We ain't even supposed to be into this like that. We both black men, bro. Let's hug it out and just talk behind closed doors. That's one of them motherfuckers. Well, y'all better. That's a cornbread eating Southern dude, boy. He have a bathroom until he's 21. Like you can't fuck with people like that. Like he wired different, bro. Like, hey. He's setting the tone. That's why I don't give a fuck. Well, I always been like this, but he giving people like me hope because I really don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want to say, but I know I can make it for sure. I just gotta be talented. That's it. I let my talent shine. So, hey man, let's get that.
I like this. The way to summarize the ending of this show is fuck Skip Bayless.
Yeah, it is because I'm empty.
And all love.
I got you, bro.
Joe. Me too, bro.
I got you.
Fuck Skip Bayless.
Coconut water fire, bro.
Shout out Shannon Sharp.
I don't drink no more.